I was in a very dark place at a very dark time. When my mom went on hospice, she had uterine cancer that had metastasized to her bones.
We saw my grandmother go through a stint of where she needed hospice services back in 2003 before she passed away. And then my mother was diagnosed with cancer. I was really close to her, so that kind of broke me.
It was hard going through the treatment. I would drag myself up so that he didn't see me in the bed all the time. Yes, I thought about hospice.
Going back and forth to her appointments, whether it be radiation or chemotherapy, and then also having to go home with her at night too, because the chemo was so aggressive, she'd be throwing up during the night and things like that.
I thought that I was in remission, and that next month I found out that I had cancer for the second time.
I went back to school and I just left. I was like, I can't take it. I had to come back here to feel as though I was supporting in the care.
Because I was familiar with hospice, I began to take that time to explain the process, the type of care that they give to my sons. Everybody does what the regulations say they should do. I would like to see a little bit more. I'd like to see a little more compassion, meaningful volunteerism. Everybody doesn't want you to come read to them. A precious community gathering, even for the bereaved people. And I'd like for the people who are already bereaved to come and give their support to those who are newly bereaved. And as I began to tell them about my ideas of what would be a fantastic hospice, their response to me was, let's create that.
Precious Hospice's mission would be give those people and their families who are experiencing terminal illnesses a sense of quality of life. At Precious Hospice, I am the program support manager and volunteer coordinator. What I try to do is to be that liaison between the community and Precious Hospice. A lot of times I ask people when I'm in the community, what is hospice? Their initial response to me is a place where you go and die. The reality is that hospice is in fact a philosophy of care.
You are given a gift when someone tells you you need hospice, because it's not like walking outside and being hit by a car. You're given a gift, and that gift is, I got time to do some things. We're there to walk with you. We're assisting you with living your best life, however long it is.
On a day-to-day basis, I think I kind of oversee the majority of the operations, not from the clinical side, but more so from the finance and the administrative and the accounting side of the business. Our goal is to make sure the patient is comfortable, but even more importantly, that the families are who gets the most out of hospice.
We listen. We do a lot of listening. I get calls sometime in the middle of the night. They're not dying, they just needed to talk to somebody.
I attend funerals, memorial services, things like that. I don't see a lot of other companies doing that, but I do go to show face to show you that our care does not end here.
We provide the pharmaceuticals as it pertains to her diagnosis. We bring in equipment, so beds and all these supplies that we're providing. Hospice is no out-of-pocket cost. We don't charge people. The way hospice works is we're backed by Medicare and Medicaid. We're also backed by major insurance companies. So either your insurance pays for it, or we figure out a way to put a plan together so that we can make sure we can get you some help where you're not coming out of pocket for anything. A lot of the companies or our competitors are major players. So they're run and they're backed by major companies, private equity firms, different things like that. The majority of the hospice service is regulated. The government tells us what we have to do, right? So that the only real difference then is, how do you connect with your patients? How do you connect with your community? And I think because we have lived that scenario, my mother took care of her mother when she was on hospice. There's really no reason to go to another company because they haven't lived that life. They can say, oh, we think this, or we've helped people with this, but they don't. They've never actually lived it. Like, you've never watched your mother throw up all night long going through chemo. I've watched that. Now I'm telling you, because I took care of her, I couldn't give my mom a bath. So that's just out of the question. And I know that sending someone to someone's house twice a week or 3 times a week to get them a bath, it's just not always enough. Sometimes you need that 1 hour break 4 or 5 times a week. And I think by knowing that, I'm able to provide that type of service.
we're not worried about money. Money will come. You just take good care of the people. And I told them, when you hire people, you think about if that patient was your mom, if that was me, would you want that nurse coming to the house to take care of me? That's how we run our business on a personal level. I wanted everybody to come away from their interactions with us feeling that they are precious.